It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Cancer is not a death sentence, but rather a life sentence. It pushes one to live. Now, with Cancer Survivor Day coming up on Sunday, the 6th of June, it's not only a day of celebration for all cancer survivors and their loved ones, but also a day to raise awareness and encourage hope and support for affected families. And today, we are joined by breast cancer survivor Sam Stewart, a good friend of ours who featured in the first for Women's Fearless advert. Before we chat to Sam about her wonderful journey and her triumphs, let's take a look at it first.
Ladies, they try to hold me down, but I refuse to hear. They try to break me down like I was never here. They try to take control, but could not take a hold. They tried to slow me down, but could not break my soul. I am fearless. Yeah, I fight and stand up strong. Be fearless, sing my song. I hold my head up.
Ladies, what would you do if you were fearless?
Fearless, sing my song. Nothing can drop me now. Nothing can stop me now.
Wow, I don't know whether I want to cry, whether I want to scream, yes, Queen. Sam Stewart, amazing to have you here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. I mean, just looking at you there, you've already inspired so many women out there. But tell us about your fearless journey with cancer.
So, yeah, first of all, every time I see that advert, it brings up a lot of emotion because it has been such a journey to get to that point. And also because there's so many women that have gone through so many things. You know, it's not only cancer, it's about being fearless in general. But the cancer journey has been a 16-year process, really. And I think it never ends. And I think this is the thing with cancer we need to understand, is it's not a destination, it's a journey. And I think every second of every day takes you to a different place in the journey. And the interesting part about it is the whole lockdown and everything like that also changed the journey for me, because what I've realized is so many people have gone through similar emotions to what you do when you're going through cancer because of the uncertainty. You know, living your life with uncertainty and not knowing when you're going to live or die changes your perspective completely, which is, for me, the biggest gift. And I think that's what people sometimes struggle with. They're kind of like, but how can you say cancer is a gift? And I think, like anything in life, if you take something and you choose to see it in a different way, it can really empower you. But that's not to say it's not difficult, and you have to make a choice.
For sure.
Every morning when I wake up, it's like, okay, what do I want to do today? What do I want to be today? I want to be fearless today. But how do I do that? I've got to step into being that person. It's not like, you know, I am like that all the time. It's a choice that I make consciously through the decisions that I make.
And you chose to be positive. And of course, this year's theme is celebration of life. You give life, you bring life wherever you come. Why does this message resonate so much with you and your story?
Well, it's actually quite interesting that this has happened right now, because I've just recently had another scare again, and it's taken me straight back to that point of connection to the pain and connection to the fear, and just reminded me in this 16-year journey, given 6 months to live, like, every second you think you've made it, and then all of a sudden, you know, the universe kind of reframes everything and goes, bah, there you go. No, you think you've got it all figured out. Here's a reminder. And waking up one day with swelling and with everything like that, and then having to make the decisions, do you go for treatment again, don't you? When you think that it's over, you realize that your life can shift in a second. And I think when you speak about celebration of life, what this has done is it has bungee jumped me straight back into being present. So, like, I just want to say to everybody out there, the gift of life and celebrating life is something that, even for somebody like me that has been living this journey for 16 years, you forget, because as humans, we're programmed that way.
Well, sure.
And thank heavens we're programmed that way, or we probably wouldn't get out of bed in the morning, you know what I mean? Like, women wouldn't have more children because, you know, the thought of having another pregnancy or another birth. So I feel like the recalibration that we go through as human beings is really important, because it allows us to function. But it also sometimes, it makes us forget the pain we've been through. So when these things happen again, I see them as little, like, speed bump, and you kind of go, oh, okay, let me get my balance and let me try and let me... But important what you were saying then, to celebrate, like, every second and be present every second. Because I can't even explain to you how difficult it is for me not to do that now. Like I find it quite difficult to not step into the place of gratitude and to not, because it's become a natural process for me through all of these things that have happened and through all the pain. So I think it's like when people say to me, how do you see it as a gift? How can you not see that as a gift?
I hear you. I
You
hear
know.
you. And obviously on this 16-year-long journey, there's been people on this road with you. Who and what inspires you to live like this, to live fearlessly, to live unapologetically and share your story with others?
Oh, you're going to make me want to cry because that's my husband.
No, don't. If you cry, then I'm going to cry.
That's my husband. So I mean, I must say, I've been on a long journey, not only with cancer, but, you know, I was in an abusive marriage as well, and I've spoken out about that before. And I think that having found the safety of a relationship that really allows me to be fully present and really allows me to experience the pain, the joy, the celebration of life. But I think the most important thing he does for me is hold space. And I think, like, to everybody out there, to all the men out there specifically, for women that are going through hardship or going through cancer, the best possible thing you can do is love someone unconditionally and hold space. And he said something so beautiful to me the other day. He was like, you know, what holding space means is it's a space in time where you give somebody the freedom to actually experience what they're going through without judgment. And I think, or without stepping in and wanting to fix it for them. So through all of these things that have happened to me, he's just stepped back, but I've always known he's going to be there to catch me if I fall, but allowed me to make the mistakes, or not mistakes, have the experiences that have allowed me to grow. And I mean, that is like, he's my hero.
He's our
Absolutely.
hero. We love him, but we also love you. And we want to say thank you so much for, again, inspiring so many other people out there, but also just sharing your journey with us. And thank you so much for coming back to us. We've missed you. But it's good
missed
to
you
see
too.
It's
It
good
feels
to
like
see you.
forever. We've been through like a life-changing avalanche of emotions and ups and downs and roller coasters in the last year.
sure.
And guess what? We all come back to the space where we're grateful to be here, you know?
Absolutely.
So
What a brave warrior we have today with First for Women. We come together in celebration of Cancer Survivor Day on Sunday, the 6th of June. Now, for everyone who is battling this disease, I'm going to quote this: you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and twice as beautiful as you'd ever imagined.
Fear gets overwhelmed. Fearless overcomes. With all women dread disease cover from First for Women.